Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience. I am Prachi Agarwal, the finance faculty with more than 15 years of experience in the finance space. And in this video, I am going to discuss with you the syllabus for SEBI Grade A General Stream. If you are looking to give this exam, it is very important to understand the syllabus. But before I move on to discuss the syllabus, let me remind you that you should be aware about the eligibility criteria for this exam and the exam pattern. In case you have missed these videos, I have already detailed in these two particular videos about the eligibility and also about the exam pattern. Once you've understood the exam pattern, you will realize that paper 2 in this particular exam of general stream is very important for your overall selection. This is because it has an important role to play in all the three phases of the selection process. In phase 1, which is the qualifying stage, paper 2 is one of the two papers that you have to give and clear it with at least 40% marks in this paper. In phase 2, it is again one of the two papers that you give in phase 2, but it has a higher weightage in your overall phase 2 score. That is, it carries a 2/3 weightage in the finals, in the overall score of phase 2. And in the interview stage, the knowledge of your paper 2, specifically of the economic and financial subjects, helps you to perform better and with confidence in the interview stage also. So paper 2 is very critical. So when you are preparing, one, you should prepare it for as per the requirement of a particular phase, but also with a long-term view that it has to be understood well to take you through the entire selection process. So let's look at what this paper 2 is for the general stream. In the general stream, the paper 2 consists of subjects of commerce and accountancy, management, finance, costing, Companies Act and economics. So these 6 subjects are overall making the entire paper 2. This is of 100 marks, which is segregated into 50 questions of 2 marks each, right? These 50 questions now can come from the defined syllabus of any of these 6 subjects. So there is no broad segregation into how many number of questions will come from any of these 6 subjects. It could be an equal distribution, or it could be a varying distribution. In the past, we've seen usually they cover on all the subjects, and the questions may range from 6 to 10 questions from each of these subjects. In my next video, I will discuss about the distribution and also the type of questions that are coming and the areas you can focus on. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed till now, and press the bell icon so when the next video does come in, you are aware about the next videos and upcoming videos for getting all the information. So let's move ahead and talk about the syllabus for each of these 6 subjects and how they have to be approached and prepared. First, to start with, commerce and accountancy. The syllabus of commerce and accountancy is given under 6 subheads: accounting as a financial information system, accounting standards, cash flow statements, fund flow statement, financial statement analysis, ratio analysis, accounting for some share capital transactions, employee stock options and buyback of securities, and preparation and presentation of company accounts. This can be further reduced to 4 topics, right? In which first is your A topic, accounting as a financial information system, which is in other words talking about the accounting basics, okay, and the accounting concepts, right? So accounting is the language of business. What I mean by language of business is it helps to communicate the performance of the company and the position of the company in number terms, in financial terms, right? So as such, so that everybody is on the same page, like for our English language, we have certain grammar rules so that everybody understands them in the same manner. accounting also had certain concepts that are in place that helps everybody to understand and be at the same page when they are reading the financial statements or the financial information. So the accounting basics is all about that. There are certain concepts which you can call as the grammar of accounting language that you have to understand. The second part is the most important outcome of the entire accounting process, which is your financial statements or your final accounts, right? Your final accounts are presented in the form of financial statements, which includes, so I am clubbing here two topics, your topic C and your topic F, which relates to financial statements, including your balance sheet, your profit and loss statement, your cash flow statement, and there is another statement, the fund flow statement, which is not a part of the financial statements, but is an important statement to help understand another aspect of the financial position of the company with relation to the working capital, right? And then, so when we're talking about financial statement, why I'm clubbing C and F together is, one is the rules. There are certain related stated rules under the Companies Act that how these should be prepared and presented. Presented again is standardized so that whenever different companies are telling your information, everybody is presenting them in the same manner. So one is understanding how to prepare, the other is presenting, and then third is analysis. There are various tools of analysis. The most commonly followed is the ratio analysis, which is considered here. So when you look at the financial statements, both preparation and analysis becomes a part of it. The third topic out of this four topics, as I stated, is your B topic given, which is the accounting standards. Now accounting standards are given by ICAI in our country, which are again telling the rules related to specific areas of financial transactions, right? So in general, in all, there are around 41 accounting standards. However, for this exam, you have to only study 5. Here you will see 6 names. You are saying that you may be thinking I am saying 5. Why? Because under the Indian accounting standards, your fixed assets and depreciation are clubbed together and called PPE, plant, property and equipment accounting standard, right? Then related to inventories, revenue recognition, foreign exchange transaction and investment. So you only have to study 5 out of an approximation of 41 accounting standards. So it's not a very vast thing. When we look in standalone basis, we think it is very difficult. It is rather very focused syllabus as per the requirements of your job profile that would be required in SEBI. And your last area is when you club these two, your D and E. Your D and E relates to some commonly used share capital transactions that take place in the company. SEBI is the market regulator which deals with the capital being raised by the various companies. As such, the accounting treatment of the various share capital transactions, including simple raising of money through an IPO or an FPO, and then other related share transactions like bonus shares, rights shares, and other aspects like giving ESOPs or giving shares as an option to your employees, and then an area and scenario where the company takes back or buys back its own shares or securities rather than raising money. So all these together, what are the rules for these given by Companies Act and by SEBI, what do they say, and how it is being accounted for in the company's financial statements is what you have to study. So this is the detailed syllabus for the Commerce and Accountancy, focused mostly on understanding the financial statements and the financial accounts of the companies. Moving ahead, I will first discuss the costing syllabus. Now this costing syllabus is a very fine balance between theoretical and conceptual knowledge. The first 3 topics of costing are talking about costing concepts and costing purpose, while the 4th topic is theoretical in nature, talking about how to optimize cost through strategies of lean system and innovation. So this is something that helps in reducing wastages and controlling costs for the organizations by having very lean systems. Specifically, more focusedly, these are helpful in the manufacturing units because it helps to reduce your inventory wastage and your time blocked in the inventory, holding the inventory, right? So this is topic I suggest we should not miss, because by multiple readings, this is something that can help you score well in your exam. The first three aspects which are about costing is first understanding costing, then the different methods, because the costing, depending on the industry that your one is working in, different methods of costing are used, and then the cost control basis that helps to understand how the cost can be controlled in an organization. Within this, the areas that you should not miss at all is introduction, which gives you an overview, then single or unit costing, job costing and batch costing definitions you should be aware about, marginal costing, and the concepts related to budget and budgetary control, types of budget, what are the methods of budgetary control, right? And from the numerical point of view, this is one of the most important topics within the costing, right? Now, mostly the students who are from the finance background, or who you are, from the accounting background, find these two areas easy to sail through. However, the non-finance students have a lot of anxiety related to these two subjects, which to a large extent is not warranted, or it's not justified. It can be made easy if you work in a very targeted manner, you understand the requirement and take the right steps to do that, which at iExamB, Pratik sir does very well. He's a chartered accountant himself, with 5 years of industry experiences with the in Big Fours and top organizations, and teaching is his passion, where his idea of coming into teaching is exactly this: to make a commerce and accountancy and costing easy for the students. And this he does in a very lucid manner at iExamB. So that can help you. You can also watch out some of his videos on our channel. Moving to the next segment, the Companies Act. The Companies Act again is a very big act, but here for SEBI it is a very focused study. You have to only study 7 chapters, which again I have divided into 3 categories. The first 3 chapters related to prospectus and allotment, share capital, and declaration of dividend is basically related to raising money and how to give return to the shareholders or the investors. The next 3 chapters, which is on audit and auditors, appointment and qualification of directors, and meeting of boards and its powers, is kind of helping in the corporate governance, in ensuring corporate governance fair practices at the organization level. And the 27th chapter relates to NCLT in the appellate tribunal, which helps or tells about the remedial process if things are going wrong, or if there are any contention to be made, or rules not being followed, then what is the process, the legal process to go about. So these are the 7 chapters that you have to cover in Companies Act. For this, Neha ma'am, who has an experience in corporate law, is the faculty who teaches you Companies Act in a lot of detail. She also teaches for the SEBI legal, so has a very in-depth knowledge of not just these 7 chapters but the entire Companies Act. And SEBI regulations supporting or complementing these areas that have been covered in the Companies Act. Next is the management. Management can be a very scoring top subject if tackled well, right? It is taken very lightly by majority of the students, which is fine because it is easy to understand and it can very easily be related to your everyday life also. The problem comes when we fail to practice enough for this, because the questions in the last 2 years, if we are seeing not just in SEBI but in any other exam where management is a part, the questions are indirect or digging a little deeper to help to make you think as a manager, and therefore not blindly reading to mug up certain names and theories, but understanding the spirit behind why a certain management theory exists, leadership style exists, motivation exists. If we do understand the spirit of it, it helps us to solve different kind of questions, because in management different kinds of scenarios, thoughts, deeper indirect questions can be made, and the best way to do that is do multiple reading of the same concepts and then practice more and more questions, which is done with the help of Amit sir at iExamB, who discusses with theories, case studies to help you understand and remember these management theories and concepts. Economics is the next area, again something which sometimes scares students if they do not have a background in economics, but majority students I have found that once they start reading it, they find it very, very interesting. Now economics is divided into two parts, A and B. A is more pure economics, while B is more focused as an Indian economy, which is more relatable and easy to read. So if that is the case with you, you can start with part B and look at part A, because part A, if you remember some of the most important rules and concepts, then it can help you score well if these questions do come in. This is covered by Aditi ma'am at iExamB, who has an MA degree in economics and has been teaching economics from the last 3 years. The finance subject is covering the financial markets, the markets that is regulated by SEBI. So it is very, very important, and certain other topics which work in or are impacted by the financial markets or are instruments related to it, right? So here the topics covered are the financial system, where the regulatory bodies and its roles are covered. So SEBI being a regulatory body, apart from SEBI, also knowing about other regulatory bodies like RBI, PFRDA, IRDA, IFSCA is helping you to understand how the financial system in our country is structured. The second is financial markets, which is the core area for SEBI exam, understanding all the different financial markets consisting of forex, money, bond, equity, various instruments that exist, any recent developments that are happening. So this is important that you look at the recent developments that are coming out by various regulatory bodies and specifically SEBI. And then general topics are covering specific areas or generic for the overall financial system, specific like derivatives, which is another form of instruments in the financial market. So this is of very much importance for SEBI exam. Recent developments in financial sector, as I said, not just the financial markets but also the financial system consisting of areas like the banking, non-banking, insurance, and IFSC related will also be important. Financial inclusion, because this is something not just focused on banking. Many times we feel financial inclusion is all about banking, but it is about financial inclusion at a larger level, where financial decisions are being made and financial literacy is there not just for the banking system but for the overall financial markets. Therefore financial inclusion is also a part for SEBI exam. And some other aspects like the direct and indirect taxes, FRBM Act, fiscal policy related to that, and the inflation trends are another topics that are covered. These are overlapping topics with the economic syllabus also. So these two topics you can kind of say are covered under your economics also. So they are just a repetition and they are not really 6 topics but 4 topics under the general topics for your finance syllabus. And this is covered by myself. As I stated at the beginning, I have more than 15 years of experience in the financial market space, having worked both in the equity and the debt market side, and been teaching finance for the last 6 years now at iExamB. So what is the next? Once you've understood the syllabus, what is next that you should do? The next logical step for you to do is now look at the types of questions that have come from the syllabus. So past year papers is very, very, very important. If you have not looked at them, I suggest you to go through them right away, and you can find them free of cost easily at iExamB's website. You can go under the free previous year papers section, you go under SEBI, and you will find questions related to paper 2 both in phase 2 and your phase 1. So you can go download the PDF, or if you want you can also attempt it like a test. In addition to that, we have also started a series for discussing the past year papers subject wise. So you can see, like, for economics there are previous year questions discussed, for companies and similarly these will get added for other topics and other subjects also. So you can follow these also to understand the kind of questions that have come in, right? So at this point, let me remind you again, if you have still not subscribed to the channel or press the bell icon, you should do that right away so that you get notification for all these videos related to SEBI that are posted on our channel. So that's all. Thank you. Wishing you all the best. If you have any other queries, you should reach out to us at hello@iexamb.com or call us at 9205524028. Please prepare in a targeted manner. And at iExamB, we help you do that by preparing 50% faster, by making crisp content and a very targeted approach for the preparation of a particular exam. Wishing you all the best and thank you.